What? We're on there.
Hello, what's up, everyone on the internet?
What's up, internet?
It's me,
It's you
a guy
and me.
on.
Today's gonna be a spicy show, man.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Do you predict? I feel like you predict that every week.
No, this one's gonna be really spicy.
Oh, are you? Is that because you're Mexican and you brought some salsa?
That's racist.
I know.
That's the kind of racism I love.
Yeah,
It's endearing racism.
that's right. We like the racism where it's like,
Endearing.
yeah, it's like I know where you come from.
I know where you come from, and I know you like chips and salsa. So
Yeah.
let's talk about that and how great that is. Dude, I really do love a bean and cheese taco. That's in my blood.
You like a what?
I love a bean and cheese taco.
Oh,
Yeah.
bean and cheese burritos are a big thing when I was
bean and cheese burritos are
in
terrible.
California. But I was like, in California.
Yeah, because they have burritos in California, right? That's like a big thing. Burritos.
Yeah, burritos.
I've had a California burrito. They put French fries in their burritos. It makes no sense.
They will do that. Yeah,
That's weird.
It's not that confusing actually.
Well, why would you put French fries just as filler?
Yeah, like you put rice and beans in a burrito because
no, I don't put rice in my burrito.
Okay,
it's all filler, dude.
Okay, but beans are not filler.
Beans are not filler. It's a part of the burrito.
I think it's like almost a filler.
Yeah, I grew up eating like meat inside the burrito. It was more meat than anything, and
that's the way
some avocado.
You know? That's what I was impressed by when I came and had tacos for the first time in Austin. I was like, this is a beefy
no
taco.
Filler. It's all killer, no filler.
All killer, no filler.
Yeah,
that should be a taco stand.
What'd you do this week? How was your week?
I didn't do anything this week, which is great news. And it's usual news.
Yeah.
It's olds.
It's not news.
Yeah, PlebPoet picked up on that it not being news. What else happened?
I feel like you had something go on this week, didn't you?
No, yeah, that's right. I had my quinceañera, and my dad acknowledged me having my period and being a woman.
Whoa,
yeah,
gosh, you just go there, don't you? And try to keep this PG-13, man.
Dude,
having a period not suitable for listeners.
I know, but it's weird when Keyan talks about
sexist?
it. No, it's just
what
weird.
do you mean?
When you're talking about it, you don't get periods.
Periods are something everyone experiences.
Not this
at some point or another, right?
Not this guy.
Answer, viewers.
So yeah.
How about you? How was yours, Car?
It was good. My internet's not loading. It was good. Just been a busy week. I took a day off this week. It was nice. It's nice to take a nice day off.
You had a what?
I said I took a day off this week. It was nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, day off's good. Yeah, you were going pretty hard there for a few days.
Yeah, it was it's just really busy right now because of South by and stuff like that that's coming up. So
South by is like in 3 months, bro.
It comes pretty fast if you don't pay attention to it. Yeah, but that's pretty much what I've been up to.
Taking a break.
Trying to retweet all the stuff, but I can't.
Getting ready for 3 months from now. Retweeting.
58 days from now. What was I going to say?
Jackets.
Let's jump into if you'd ever seen this crazy show before, it's called Stacker.News Live. We cover the top 5 stories, or the top 3 stories on the front page of Bitcoin, Stacker.News. And
take the opportunity to unsubscribe.
Wumbo's picks this week was the most popular one was the graphene one. So check that one out. People love talking about graphene or hearing about graphene. And then make sure to don't hit subscribe. People keep subscribing, and it's getting pretty ridiculous now.
Be proactive and unsubscribe.
I would say be proactive.
If this showed up in your YouTube feed, you've made a mistake.
Yeah,
and you'll want to go and check your settings.
It's not a podcast you want to listen to if you want to. How would I say? Yeah, if you want to have a good day, don't listen to this podcast.
Yeah, if you like your life being good.
Yeah,
this is...
don't want to hear. Yeah, I would say if you don't want to hear the truth, don't listen to this podcast. It's very much just all alpha. We can't hear you because you're not talking to the microphone. So unless Keyan hands over the microphone, which he won't.
Yeah.
With all that, we're going to jump into the top 5 stories of the week. Top 3 stories of the week.
We used to do the top 5.
We used to do the top 5, but just got too long, and Darth Coin started complaining. Where's mine at? It's right here. It's been a busy day. Doing a lot. All right. The number 3 top story this week is Caddy Days. Whoa, look at that. This 3 is Caddy Days. This is from Siggy47. Keyan, what's this?
Yeah, Siggy tells the story of
Keyan.
him being a caddy, and I think in New York. I don't know. He didn't list, I don't think, the exact place that he was a caddy. I guess they're called loopers, which was new to me, which is kind of fun. I don't know exactly why they're called loopers. I meant to look this up, but I think it either has to do with the fact that they loop a bag of golf clubs on. Yeah, or it's that they do a loop when they do a course of golf. So I don't know. Yes, that's how you might pronounce it if you have a New York accent. He didn't tell us to say that.
This is how you pronounce it.
Pronounce lupa in New York, but we're in Texas, so yeah. Okay. Yeah, but it was really well told, really fun to read. It's like Bagger Vance on Stacker.News, really.
The Will Smith movie?
Yeah. I don't recall it being a good movie, especially at the age I watched it, but it was a movie that had Will Smith in it.
Yeah, I think Tin Cup is probably my favorite golf movie besides Happy Gilmore, the first one.
Okay. I don't think I've seen Tin Cup.
I was too old for Caddyshack. Or too young for Caddyshack, so I missed that one.
Yeah, a little too slapstick, some of that stuff back then, for me at
I'll
least.
watch it at some point.
But I guess Siggy was it was at the end of his tenure as a
Is that him right there?
lupa. Yeah, I would guess not. And I would guess there weren't black and white photos like this back then. And it also looks like it has some kind
What's that
of
tie? The tie's so short.
watermark on it.
Hmm.
I think that was the style. Or maybe it was just like this tie was tucked in.
Oh, yeah, it looks kind of tucked in.
Yeah.
I like looking at old photos like that.
So Siggy tells the account of his time being a lupa, and he like gambled, and his
we need to get Janet a mic. That's
He had
next week you're getting a mic, because I just hear all this like side chatter, and I'm like, this is good for the podcast.
he had a fun.
She's, for the stackers that are not listening to her at home, it's just like every other word that comes out of Keon's mouth, she's just like saying random words. See, there it goes again, right there. We'll get it on the next show. All right, keep going.
His boss Tony, I guess, was fun, and he was like a bookie of some kind. I think that's what they're called, where he like takes bets. And yeah, and then it ends with him telling the story of him, I think double bagging it. Is it double looping it? Is double bagging something weird? Is it like inappropriate?
I don't know. You keep.
But you only have one
You
bag.
started with the period, so I mean, keep going.
Oh, I see. You're
Just
stuck
keep,
there.
Just keep going. Just go for it.
Yeah.
Charm.
He was a caddy for a woman, and it went. It had hilarity in it, where he like she hated him and fired him.
Fell over and exposed to everyone that she was not her idiot.
Oh, yeah, she fell over.
This is so good.
Was
for the
wearing a
podcast.
skirt.
We're not getting any of this.
Blame
I kind of want to stop and just go grab that mic right there for the
blame
orange bag.
Siggy. Well, she can grab the mic.
Can you grab it? You want to grab it? It's in the orange bag. There's a mic. Yeah, there's a mic in the orange bag. Yeah, is it in there? It's in the bottom. It's like wrapped. It's basically just a hand mic, like a. I think it's the one that we taped up. Is it in there? Anyways. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool thing.
Yeah, I thought it was fun, and I don't know. I didn't know what it was like working on a golf course. It seems really fun. It seems like a good time.
No mic there? No, there's not one in there. No, okay, all right. I'll guess I'll get it next week. Dang, that sucks. Unless you want to take over here and I can find it. Okay. Is it in there, Keyan?
I don't know. I can't.
Right inside my.
I don't have X-ray vision.
Okay.
But
It's not there? Oh, it is there. Oh, it's not there. Oh, okay. Dang, that sucks. Anyways,
cool. Well, yeah, I was gonna say it seems fun. It seems like I imagine working at a restaurant is like sorta, but probably more chill because you're not really working as hard. There's a lot of like standing around. Although it's probably a bit of hard work because you're
oh, it's
carrying
in
the
that
heavy
box.
bags.
It's in the storage box then. Sorry. I just remembered that right now. If it's not in there. No, it's been broken. That's a Calvin Klein orange bag. I love that bag. It's my favorite bag. Anyways, Keyan, let's go back to this. So Lupa.
Should we really? No, I'm done. I think I'm finished. Is that all I want to say? Every time we come back to it, and
hey, this is what they pay.
It's an
for.
opportunity
This is what the stackers pay for. They pay for this kind of
look somewhere.
It's
else.
live, man. We're not pre-recording.
It's another reminder to unsubscribe. We warned you.
Definitely unsubscribe to this. Sorry, Siggy, we ruined your whole post. I didn't read it. It was just too long. But it sounds great from what you told me. I didn't even know this was a thing. Lupus.
I didn't know they called them loopers.
I think it's Lupa. He said Lupa. Like Koopa. Koopa Troopa. Lupa.
Yeah.
The number 2 top story this week on Stacker.News Live is a mathematical theory of payment channel networks. This is from Simple Stacker. He always drops some really good stuff. Keyan, what's this?
Yeah, so Rene Picard, who's someone who likes to get deeply into theoretical things on the Lightning Network, dropped a new paper. Previously, we had seen him do other work on payment reliability and like algorithms for making payments more reliable. And I think this is an extension of that work where he attempts to, I think, develop a model to suggest the limited feasibility of payments on the Lightning Network and how they're kind of doomed, I guess, to be less reliable than we want them to be. Like we're never going to be able to redistribute all Bitcoin, I think, perfectly on, or how we'd want to, on the Lightning Network, assuming a relatively static network. Is kind of my gist of.
Oh, that one's it. Yeah, cool. Can you get into one of those? Yeah. Just like probably the 4th. Yeah, just push it in. No, you just make sure it has the right way. Yeah. Should we live talk in there?
Hello.
Oh yeah, we can hear you now. Awesome. So now we have PlebPoet.
Now you get to know
what she's saying. Okay, cool. Go for it, Keyan.
Oh, I'm going now. Yeah, I also didn't read the paper fully. I mostly skimmed it for conclusions and stuff like that. Whenever I read an academic paper, I'll usually start at the introduction and read the conclusion and then decide whether I want to go deeper into it. So I didn't go much deeper into this one. Simple Stacker does a good job, I think, of kind of summarizing what might be in the middle, although they admitted that they didn't look into deeply into the model beyond attempting to understand what it was saying conceptually. Yeah, but the conclusion is that we can't reliably distribute Bitcoin on the Lightning Network, assuming it's like static and doesn't change, because we have there will be sections of the network that are inaccessible at certain amounts, given the way that channels work. Is maybe a decent conclusion, but he has some nice graphs here. And if you like scroll up to the one with 2 circles on it, the one with 2 circles. Yeah, there we go. But like it's kind of this is like the simplest diagram that you can, or one of the simpler diagrams that you can make of this. But if A tries to pay D more than 1 Bitcoin, it won't work basically. Even though the Lightning Network has deployed onto it here 21 units, more than 1 unit attempting to travel from the left side to the right side will not succeed. This kind of what the paper tries to formalize this arrangement, so that we can maybe draw conclusions at even at a much larger scale, like the actual Lightning Network. Yeah, Renee has a few suggestions about how to deal with this, and multi-party channels is kind of the main suggestion that he makes, because within a multi-party channel, the multiple parties in that channel can redistribute coins arbitrarily, so it has less of this effect than a situation where each individual has their own node.
Wasn't that what Super was creating when he made the where basically it was going to be like you were gonna go through like one of these nodes, and then the node was gonna pay out once you've received. Like, how is that working? Gosh, it was basically you were sending funds to an address that didn't know those funds had landed yet, or something like that.
Zap Locker?
Yeah, wasn't that what he was doing?
No.
No.
That was on the Lightning Network though, which is the same the layer that we're
Because in
dealing
this instance, he's talking about if you want to send a full Bitcoin, then you'd have to go through nodes that would have to pay out that full Bitcoin for the receiver address, right? Is that what he's saying here? Is that what you're basically saying?
Yeah, I mean, you can just, if you look at that chart, yeah, if A is trying to send 2 Bitcoin to D, they have a link between them that can only transmit 1 Bitcoin at most, and so you just can't transmit 2 Bitcoin
What's
from A
the
to
limit,
D.
though? The limit is like channel capacity or fees? Okay.
Well, that's the numbers represent the channel capacity. So only 1 Bitcoin, assuming the liquidity is all on the side of B, only 1 Bitcoin can travel from A's side of the network to
I thought
B's
that's
side.
what he was doing, where he was basically gonna just in time liquidity, where he was doing that.
No,
Maybe I'm wrong.
No. That Zap Blocker is all about receiving payments offline. It has nothing to do.
Dealership?
It has nothing to do with UTXO dealership. Is about miners selling their clean UTXOs.
That one's not it.
I just want to name all the super projects I can.
No,
as far as I know, he hasn't done any work on coin pools and multi-party channels. Yeah, well, like I think multi-party channels.
Does Super have a project about
another name or an adjacent kind of thing.
Did you read this?
Nick didn't read this.
I'm sad that he doesn't have a PhD, but also that's pretty rad to not have a PhD.
No, I think it was someone brought it up because we were just naming super projects because Super's worked on Lightning before.
I thought that was the same thing, but
and he still does.
Hey, I'm here to ask dumb questions, and
I don't mean to be.
I don't care if
too
they're
salty,
dumb.
But
this is how we educate people by asking dumb questions.
Super doesn't work on Lightning anymore.
I don't know what Super does. I think he
actually don't know either.
Yeah,
that's too bad.
I haven't heard from Super in a long time.
So you're saying we can't send more than a Bitcoin if the channel capacity is less than 1 Bitcoin?
Yeah, the problem is that as you distribute Bitcoin on the Lightning Network, the total capacity of the network can't travel arbitrarily to other parts of the network.
Yeah,
it is limited by the constraints of all of the paths on the network, and it's sort of counterintuitive, I guess.
So basically, just validated everything we already knew about the Lightning Network, right? And its limitations.
Formalized.
It formalized that.
kind of feeling a lot of people have about Lightning not being able to move all the Bitcoin.
So that's why we need ARC, is what you're saying.
No,
That is not
because
what I'm
Lightning
saying.
is meant for small transactions.
Yeah, I don't think this invalidates Lightning's use case. It's just isn't a perfect scaling layer for Bitcoin. It's kind of it's not absolutely perfect. It comes with like putting Bitcoin on Lightning, or if we put all Bitcoin on a layer 2 like Lightning, it would run into this limitation where you can't redistribute it arbitrarily anywhere in the net, like the 21 million Bitcoin arbitrarily in the network, however you want. It would be constrained by these things that are largely out of your control.
Yeah.
Assuming a static network, unless channels got moved or spliced in or whatever.
Yeah. But it's good to have this like rigorous argument.
Did Optimism look at this post or no?
Yeah, he had a comment that was pretty good.
What did he say here?
I don't think it was that one.
Not that one.
But did I make that up? I thought I.
His main concern was about privacy primarily.
Through the Lightning network, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I recall reading this. I think he was concerned about subnets being identified on Lightning as a result of like a if we have a section of the network that is easily identified, perhaps we can view like membership changes, and that is bad for the privacy and certain. I'm not exactly sure what he meant by that comment. I thought so Simple Stacker ends this post by saying that the next step for the model he thinks is to consider that human behavior exists on the Lightning network, and economic incentives exist on the Lightning network, and that the network is not static.
Cool.
Yeah. So
we can hear you on the mic. I'm just kidding.
Wait, what?
Just kidding.
Oh, thank God. Don't tell him what
I was getting a very important message, but I cannot share with anybody.
We heard it all on the mic. I'm just kidding.
No, I held it away.
No, I'm just kidding. It picks up really well. Cool. Do you have anything else you want to say on this, Keyan?
No.
Okay. Cool. We're going to jump into the number one story this week. It's called Private Broadcasts of Local Transactins Merged. What's this?
Owned.
Yeah, VD contributed pull requests to Bitcoin Core almost 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think the first one was closed, and then they reopened it. They reopened it again after making some changes, and that one finally got merged. So the second one he linked to in that post was the one that got merged. What this PR does is when you submit a transaction via RPC, send raw transaction, it will open a one-time a brief connection to another peer over an anonymity overlay like Tor or I2P, and then give them their transaction and then close the connection. And the reason you want to do this is because there are, and 0x1 BTC has done a number of posts on this. We've covered on this podcast before, but there are nodes on Bitcoin's network that are attempting to listen to transactions as they get created and submitted on the network, which if they have enough nodes on the network and their analysis is good enough, they can basically say that this transaction was initially sent to the network from this node, and this node has these IP addresses, and so you can kind of link a Bitcoin address to an IP address and do some like rough kind of guesses about Bitcoin and where they're located and stuff. Anyway, so this kind of helps you maintain your privacy as you're submitting transactions to the network, and it's a first step. They kept it pretty well scoped where it's just via this RPC that this happens, and I believe it's opt-in. And then I think they plan in the future to list in the PR a few extensions that have been suggested and they might do, but it seems like a pretty great improvement to Bitcoin privacy for transaction submission. And yeah, just kind of, cool, and kind of shows the life cycle of a PR to Bitcoin Core, and how many people chimed in and gave opinions and reviewed it, and how rigorous it is. I was like impressed. And I'm just seeing some of the familiar names in the PR chime in. I just thought that was really kind of cool.
Cool.
Pretty neat.
So I guess this means you won't need an Electrum server. Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't. Electrum. I believe most people use Electrum servers to not have to run a full node and be able to
Spy.
not spy, but to grab transactions that they might need from another node. That is my so this is about you submitting a transaction that you create. I'm paying you, and I don't want.
Oh, this is more from the wallet point of view.
That's from the payer's perspective, or the person who's constructed a transaction or submitting a transaction's point of view. So I'm paying you, but I don't want anyone on the network to know that the Bitcoin address I'm spending from belongs to my IP address or my my Onion address. Not my Onion address, but my Onion identity, my Tor identity, my Tor pub key.
Nice. Oh yeah, this is awesome.
Can I say a little anecdote about onions?
Sure.
I'm reading a book right now, which is called The Brothers Karamazov. And there's this brief little story about how someone who can give up a single onion can earn heaven. So there you go.
There we go. It makes sense. Cool. Did you guys have anything else on this? No? Okay. Well, that's all the top stories this week on Stacker.News Live. We're going to jump into Wumbo's picks, because Wumbo picks really great, spicy topics every week. I can't wait to hear y'all's opinion on this stuff. Especially, did you watch this, Jenna?
It's like I want to be excited about Wumbo's picks, but then I hear you say Wumble, and it hurts every time.
Wumbo's picks. Wumbo's picks. Wumbo's
It really
picks.
hurts.
All right, we're gonna do Wumbo's pick. He had this one here, which was the Saylor Talking financial blankety blank on what Bitcoin did. Fireworks promises from Den. 35 comments, 2,114 cents. Keyan, what is this post, and who is Saylor?
So Michael Saylor runs the world's biggest Bitcoin treasury company, which is to say they are a publicly traded company that sells equity, and with the proceeds they buy Bitcoin with it, and they do that as much as they possibly can, and then they try to get as much debt, get into as much debt as possible to buy Bitcoin. And that's who Michael Saylor is.
He was the first to do it, right?
I think he was the first to do it.
He was the first to do it.
And I think in this podcast, he mentions that was the largest, he made the largest publicly known Bitcoin purchase at the time in like 2020 or whatever.
And then everybody knew he had big balls.
What? Yeah.
Because it was public.
Yeah. We saw his balls, and we were all impressed, and now we buy shares in his balls
and worship him.
Yeah.
Cool. Let me get to Wumbo's question. Wumbo's question was,
oh my God,
was Saylor giving some tough love to the Bitcoin community, or was this more of an emotional response from Saylor? Let me just play it real quick for the stackers.
And ignorance of people that invest in businesses for a living. Like the venture capitalist literally has a job where he has to invest capital, a digital company that
he basically kind of gets mad at Danny here.
No.
How would you describe it, Keyan? Did you watch this, or should I explain it?
Danny just asked how many. His question was pretty simple. He asked how many pure play Bitcoin treasury companies can exist with when there's MicroStrategy, which is like way ahead in terms of the pure play strategy and has all of these features basically of their stock, these other share types and vehicles and whatever they add to their treasury company. Like, how are they going to be compete? Like, why would anyone buy another pure play strategy, another pure play Bitcoin treasury company? And he responded to Danny by basically saying Danny was an idiot for even bothering to ask, and that's a stupid question. And it's, where his question implicitly attacks any Bitcoiner who wants to buy Bitcoin, and that Danny is a representative of everything that's wrong in the Bitcoin community. And Danny, like all other Bitcoiners, likes to eat his young. And
yeah, he did say that
several times.
Whoa.
I thought it was a fair question. And he says no. He's like no Bitcoin company is no other. Which treasury company is pure play? All treasury companies are different, but there are several of them, like especially a few of them that followed on in the United States that I was aware of. They were touting that they were going to be a more pure play than strategy early on, and he's like, well, no, every company does something different, and these treasury companies, they're each a different company that has some trade-offs associated with them. But that's pure means pure. It means they're, if I have distilled water, pure H2O, it's undifferentiated from other pure water, other distilled water. So I just don't know.
Was there an actual threat in the question?
No, it was a very, very simple question. All he was trying to do is get him to talk about the reality of there really only needed to be one pure play Bitcoin treasury company. If there's maybe there's like some geographic advantages. Maybe you have a fund in Brazil that can only buy Brazilian equities, and maybe that makes sense to have a pure play.
Oh, Ted wants to say something.
Ted is a big
there you go.
Here
comes Ted to talk about his take on this.
I have two maybe perceptions or possible takes on it. One is that maybe Michael Saylor was taking more issue with the word play than pure. So I think maybe he was reading into play to mean like the sort of moral illegitimacy of the MicroStrategy treasury strategy. And I think he might have been reacting to that more,
just like defensive and
very defensive. And which I do think is like he's reacting to maybe a bigger Twitter conversation and then using Danny as a proxy and then taking the pure play out of context. That could be my read on it as to why he would react like this. And then the other answer that he could have given to answer Danny's question is that the derivatives market is like a whatever quadrillion. It's a 4-to-1 ratio. So if you add up all the assets in the world, it's something like $500 trillion. And if you add up all the derivatives on those assets, it's like 2 quadrillion. So you have a 4-to-1 ratio of derivatives to assets in the world, which is super messed up. Shouldn't be like that. But you could argue that the Bitcoin treasury strategy could go after a 2 quadrillion dollar market. So to answer Danny's question of how many more companies like this can the world support, my argument would be it would be $2 quadrillion worth. So an unfathomably large number that breaks everything because you can't have $2 quadrillion absorbed into Bitcoin. That doesn't work, but it can certainly eat that market.
Okay.
Great answer. Thank you. Yeah. Do you got any other thoughts? Janet, did you chime in?
Well, I didn't listen to the podcast.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, then this is why you should chime in.
Exactly. I'm going to pull a car and I'm going to say that I think that I thought the question was going to be like shitting on the plebs. So I was about to
no.
No.
Didn't say that.
But Danny is cool. So shout out Danny. that's it.
Yeah. I think I see it more like I think Danny was just doing his job. Obviously, he's like I would consider him more a journalist, just like Peter was. So he's asking him the questions everybody wants the answers to, which I did when I saw this. I think Saylor he has every right to respond however he wants, but I mean he's a publicly traded company. You have to answer these questions, so
Right.
he needs to figure that out. But I actually thought that he's not a chairman. Right? I thought he was just a chairman on the board. Is he the CEO still?
Oh,
Huh?
finance CEO.
Oh, so he's the CEO of just that. Oh, okay. Well, then I got my facts wrong.
But it seems like consensus from our conversation would say that it was, like Wumbo suggested, an emotional response.
Yeah, I would say Wumbo's right. It definitely was a emotional response. But that's what you do when you're the CEO. You got to take those questions. And then it looks like his house too. So he invited him in. It's like, but Danny's just doing his job. That's how I see it. Like,
Gotta play ball.
if Danny doesn't ask that question, then people aren't going to listen to his podcast. This is why people listen to his podcast, because he's going to ask the tough questions. Me personally?
The three of you.
Oh, okay.
Like on behalf of Saylor, the question would be like, how would you go about assessing the moral legitimacy of the debt Bitcoin strategy? Like that. That's where I feel like this conversation should have gone if they really wanted to address this issue, and like actually just discuss, like, you know, if Saylor didn't react so emotionally, then they could have actually had a really interesting conversation about like, where do you draw the line? For example, me and Nick had a cool conversation about this, which is, you know, like, are you just sort of fooling people if you're issuing them these fiat debt products that are maybe higher return than they get with other derivatives, but you're just using it to buy Bitcoin because you have that information arbitrage, so you know that Bitcoin's better. So in some sense, you're kind of tricking them. But the other person could argue, well, actually that's totally valid because they weren't going to buy Bitcoin alternatively. They were just going to buy a bond from some other company. So really, they were going to buy this from someone. You're not tricking them. That's their belief. And then we'll see who's right in the long run.
Yeah.
So
I got some thoughts on that. I think ultimately, yeah, it's just a tool. So I don't think you can argue there's like a moral thing on it. I also think that Saylor's a smart man, so he knows what he's doing. I do think the preferred stuff is a little bit tricky because, from my understanding, those provide dividends every quarter or something like that, based off the research I did before the show. And then the other thing that's going to be interesting is like the MNAV, right? And that's how much Bitcoin is on their balance sheet compared to what the company's actually worth. And apparently this year they're below 1 or teeter-tottering on the edge of 1 MNAV. And from the last time they were there, it was in 2021 or no, 22, when there was a bear market. So I actually think that all the other stuff that he's doing, irregardless of the fact, it's just he's almost playing that premium game where he needs to keep doing these. And but I feel like if there's anybody that can pull it off, it's Saylor. I'm not saying that he can't pull it off. I'm just saying it's just gonna be very tricky. But he was the one who invented the thing, so I think he'll be fine. But that's my take on it.
Is it immoral?
I don't think you can go into morality. And I've come over to this side over the years because I didn't start off this way. But I think when it comes to like capital markets and stuff like that, I don't think you can do that, because he's like, he says it in the interview, like he's literally just running a business. It's his job to show value there. And so I think it's but I think if he was a private company, it'd be different. But since he's a public company, he has to do these things.
But that's exactly what people say when they shirk responsibility.
Yeah, it's like I was just
doing
this whole
my job.
Market is unethical, and I'm just and
Well,
because I'm here, I have to do unethical things. So
yeah,
it's
but
not me.
The money's already broken. Like the money's broken. Like we can all agree the money's broken. That's where it's from. Do I like what he's doing? No, because I'm like, it's a zero-sum game, Bitcoin, and whoever has the most Bitcoin wins. So I don't like what he's doing, but he's playing the game. Why would you get upset about that?
Well, what about people who the game is a dogfight? Is that their dog is just winning. It just ripped open the other dog.
You're talking about like if we watch a dog fight, like I'm not gonna
But
let that happen in front of me. I'm gonna pull those dogs off. That's like
okay, because you feel like you can do something.
That's a different thing. That's not
I know it's a different thing, but it's related.
That's a different thing.
I think there is an abstract moral principle about debt, but I don't know what it is.
No, I think that's true because it is it's a sort of a Kantian construction, and so Saylor is
playing the game.
Saylor is taking from the public's coffers or the energy that the government is kind of siphoning off of human beings throughout the economy, and he is pumping it into his own Bitcoin bag.
I would even say like Coinbase is going to benefit from all of this more than anybody else because that's where he holds it, right? Does he hold it just in Coinbase custody?
Yeah, that's kind of playing out things that haven't happened yet. If you assume that Coinbase is going to somehow run off with,
I'm not saying they're going to run off. I'm saying like it's good business for them. I would say for Coinbase custody because if you got MicroStrategy who's literally winning the game of Bitcoin out there and looks good for Coinbase. It's I mean. First question is, where are you holding that Bitcoin if I'm invested in that stock, right? Well, at least that's what you should be asking, but maybe they're asking about returns. I don't know. Do you got any thoughts, Ted? That was your question.
I guess one thought I'll add is I feel like part of this could go back to the principle of libertarianism, where this is the debate I would argue between like the Eric Voorhees camp where they say, hey, look, if people want to buy shitcoins, sell them shitcoins. Doesn't matter if I think it's a shitcoin or not. In fact, it's even better because then I know that I'm on the winning side of this trade. And I would say like kind of it's almost like the Trumpian negotiation tactics where like you were saying it's a zero-sum game. And you know, it's not like, hey, I'm a business trying to offer you a product that makes your life better. It's not that mentality. It's the, hey, I'm going to take your shit because you can't defend it mentality, right? So I feel like it's that morality against the morality of like kind of a voluntarist libertarian ethos, which is, you know, if you're doing something against someone's will by tricking them, by selling them something that you have special information that it's not as good as you say it is.
I don't see any difference what Saylor's doing compared to what Elon's doing when he's like grabbing money from, you know, the government and going to space. Like literally everybody is doing, including like nonprofits. Like everybody's doing this.
Yeah,
it's not just Saylor. It's just that he's the biggest holder of Bitcoin, and he's an easy target. I'm not defending Saylor. I'm just saying, like, I just think he was being rude to Danny, but Danny was just doing his job.
Yeah.
But he should answer those questions.
You should definitely answer. I mean, I think it's a fascinating answer. Like, I don't know what the answer to this question is, but it sure seems to me like the way the world operates is the rougher version of that world.
Yeah, he was downright like assaulting him verbally. It was pretty bad. Like Danny was just standing there taking it. It kind of sucks to see. Danny's such a great nice guy.
I think he wanted the interview to go on, but yeah, I think Saylor did cross the line where he's calling Danny names.
Yeah, that's what
question, which is weird.
He was treating him like the way he treats Laura Shin, which is probably why he's not invited back on that podcast anymore.
He was treating Danny like Danny was someone who needs him more than he needs Danny. It's kind of there's like nothing Danny can do.
He even told Danny like, you're not going to have as much Bitcoin as me. It was kind of strange, but
kind of like Trump.
I don't know.
We do live in a Trump world now,
and we live in a Trump world.
Man, this got spicy.
I mean, that's just a fact.
That was Wumbo's picks. Stay tuned next week for what Wumbo picks.
Wumbo, appreciate you, and I know how to say your name.
Yeah, I would not have picked this one, but since Wumbo picked it, we can talk about it. The next one I want to talk about is PlebDevs, Austin.
Ooh.
PlebPoet, how long did it take him to do this, and how frustrated were you when he built this?
No, but that's why PlebLab is so beautiful, because he gets to come here and do the frustrating stuff, and I don't even know about it. I live in pure bliss.
Yeah.
It took him a long time, but it's not. So this is a teaser. It's not totally finished yet. He's still finishing it up. So you're gonna see him over here
apparently it's
this
still
weekend.
working right there.
Yeah, yeah. There's probably an AI in front of us crunching some type of
Yeah, he said
program
it
into.
was, so we can't hit that thing right there.
Okay, but no, I think he hasn't talked about it much. So like, just putting this out is kind of the first wave of like letting people know what he's been working on.
It's amazing how fast he can code. Look at this. I've never seen somebody code this fast. Keyan, do you code that fast?
No.
Well, this is sped up footage.
I was just like, man, this guy's he drank my Red Bull today.
Wow. Do you also fall for AI videos?
I fall for this.
Right. I made this little video though. I put this together.
Oh wow.
Nice video.
Thank you. And yeah, I think if you are someone who wants to vibe code, this is like the vibe coders
well, the big question everybody wants to ask
toolkit.
Are you going to do this course? Because I know you're.
No, I don't use the AI stuff really.
So this is, even though your husband is making this course, you're not going to support him.
I mean, I don't have any apps that I want to, like, there's no reason for me to. I don't do that.
What about a gardening app?
It's not interesting to me.
What if you could just go to your plants and just take a picture of it and then keep track of it?
I shouldn't say it's not interesting. It's interesting to me, but I just want to make stuff with my hands.
What if you could download your whole brain and then just make poetry anytime you want by pushing a button?
But that's why my brain is in my head, because I can do it that way.
No, but you can use your brain to play video games.
I do like to play video games.
Yeah.
But only like 2.
Awesome. Well, that should be coming out here soon. Stay tuned. The next one I wanted to bring up was this one. This one's kind of spicy, but it's called Struggling to See the Value Prop of Maple AI. So, Keyan, did you read this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this guy basically goes in there and he basically asks about what the trade-offs are compared to OpenAI or just using Maple AI. So much so where he even like starts saying it's not worth it. And then optimism jumps in there. I mean, it's pretty interesting.
He says, if privacy is such an issue, should you not just spin up your own LLM locally? And if you take the PlebDevs course, you will learn exactly how to do that.
There you go. Yeah, what do you think about this? Do you think this is a fair thing to say?
No. I mean, I think it's a fair question. I think if someone has the ability to run a local LLM, they should ask themselves whether they should pay for someone else to run it and, you know, review that software that claims it's private and confidential, and yeah, what you know, that they should think about this. But I think for the average person, it's more likely that they don't feel like they're capable, or they don't have the time or money, like they can't afford to buy the machine that they would need to run a comparable model locally, and so they might still want to use private AI, and Maple AI provides a way for them to do that. I think there are a number of other providers that are cropping up that also do something similar. I think and then I think I responded to that effect in the thread here, and then the OP responded with, the problem is it's censored. He's like, okay, I get the privacy argument, but when I run a local LLM, I can run an uncensored one, and yeah, as far as I know, I don't know, I haven't talked to the founders in a while, but as far as I know, it's not like I don't think they're a pro AI censorship thing. Maybe they might feel a little uncomfortable about running an AI that can teach you how to make a bomb or something. And maybe that's why they run a censored model. But yeah, I don't know.
I don't like I got this question when we went to Round Rock. Somebody had asked me, I won't say who, but somebody had asked me about Maple and stuff like that. And I said, I'm not using it yet, but you know, I believe in Tony and I believe in Marks, and I think those guys are really smart. I wouldn't want to use any other product if that's the path I chose. But just for my day-to-day, I feel like the stuff that I use, it's fine. I do think, though, if it ever gets to a point to where like some of these other models start doing ads and stuff like that, I'll switch automatically. But I'm not there yet, and they haven't done that yet. But I know that's coming. That's where I would say where I fall.
Okay, so when ads come on to OpenAI, then you're going to switch away because
I think once it starts getting, if it's not like, you remember when Google had like ads in the beginning and it was actually good ads, or
Mhm.
even like some of the YouTube stuff, you'll see like it's like good stuff. If it ever gets to a point where it's just like completely just garbage and it feels invasive and that sort of thing, I can see myself moving immediately. But right now I don't have that problem because I'm not using it for anything that's personal, if that makes any sense.
Well, yeah. So I think if the line is ads, what if you can pay OpenAI to not show you ads? Then what's
I would
then you have
still
no
probably
reason
I would still probably move off
because you
because I
sense
don't want to
the-
pay for
you-
that. I'd rather pay for my friend's product and use his.
what if the experience you get from your friend's product is like lags by maybe 3 to 6 months behind?
Yeah,
state
but
of
that's
the art?
gonna eventually we'll get to a point where it'll be like an equilibrium where we'll just everything will be just good, like or great. Like remember when search, like after a certain point, like search was just search.
Yeah, everyone could.
Yeah.
It's basically when the page rank
Yeah.
went out of pattern.
So I think it's kind of like that. I think that'll just kind of, and then at that point you're just picking where you want to, what you want to leverage. So, but I mean, if you ask everybody in here, everybody uses different models
And multiples.
and multiple models at that. So we might even be getting to a place where it's just like a multi-model world, right?
I think Maple AI is one that gets used in the AI course too.
Yeah. I heard him
some
talking about
things.
it. Yeah. So
Also, is that true? The very last sentence there, are the Maple guys around here?
what does that mean?
They used to post.
Right.
I don't think they do anymore.
I didn't think so either.
Yeah, but
I think you can find them.
they're
on
always lurking.
Primal.
Oh.
I doubt they're lurking.
Anyways, you got anything else?
No.
Okay, cool. But no, we had Marks on Stacker.News Live last year. I don't know if you remember during South by.
I do remember having
Yeah.
Mark's on.
Sure. Cool.
Do you mind if we just cover the zine really fast? Because then I
gotta
wanna
go?
leave. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Jeez.
Since I have a microphone, I might as well just direct.
I mean, this is what I do. The neatest zine bringing you the Bitcoin heat. Seriously? This is number 42. PlebPoet, what's this?
Yes, Stacker.News zine. That's it. It's number 42. There's
Who's that right there?
It's a Darth coin, and he's gonna choke you if you don't buy chocolates.
Is that his ad
Yeah, he bought an ad.
with credits?
Oh
or
wait,
with,
maybe I shouldn't
with
say that because
stats?
he didn't want to put his name on it. But sorry about that. But buy Oshi Good chocolates.
Why did you make Darth Vader green?
I didn't do that. That's the ad. The classifieds are not me. The classifieds are.
So that's his color that
That's
he
what you
chose
bought.
was green for Darth Vader's shoulders.
Okay, so that's the technicality where really that was like the flash on the camera that I used to take this photo.
Oh,
A little bit.
Somebody hasn't watched Star Wars. Okay, cool.
No, okay, anyway. That's it. And you can have it if you want it. Go and purchase it there at that link. And then you can also subscribe.
Did you make a black hat?
No, that's called editing without AI.
Oh, that's cool. I like the black Stacker.News hat. Cowboys.
I know, it looks kind of cool because you
It
can't see the eyes.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Yeah.
Is Sammy still alive back there?
He's alive.
Yeah. I mean,
Sammy's got a job now. He's keeping the plants alive.
Wow. It's amazing. I miss that guy.
What else can we say about the zine, Keyan?
Yeah.
what else can I say about the scene? Oh, do I have?
Oh, so it's not green. It's just green on my screen.
Yeah.
Okay, I apologize.
Perhaps because it was printed on yellow.
And it was printed on yellow.
I don't have anything much to say in the zine. There's a few things where you could read between the lines about things that PlebPoet says that might be fun, but I probably wouldn't have detected them had she not told me. So you probably missed them. But if you're a deep stacker and you've been reading all the posts on Stacker.News,
Yeah.
you might kind of infer some stuff.
We like to have fun.
Yeah.
Cool stuff. What are we gonna get? A Janice pick?
Yeah,
in
maybe.
In the zine.
Yeah. I pretty much do that. I guess actually this time it was Jason B's post. That was my pick.
Which one's that?
The very last one.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, he made a Pac-Man where the level kind of changes. It's like,
Dude, I want to play that.
yeah,
Cool. I'm gonna check
Yeah, that
out.
looked like fun. He's
I love
he's always got new little games to play, pretty much.
Cool.
he is an original PlebDev, I believe.
He is
One
an
of-
original PlebDev. You mentioned that there.
One of the
Can't
first.
click on it. Okay.
No, because it's just a PDF.
Yeah, it's real car.
Okay. Well, check it out, Stackers. It's online now.
Thank you.
Purchase. Thanks, Jenna. Thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you. Goodbye.
Mic drop.
Should I unplug it?
Drop it.
No, you could just put it right there. Yeah. Oh, I thought you were gonna do a mic drop, but that works. Keyan, let's jump into your picks. Tether, fun, unbelievable details. What is this?
Yeah, this is part 4 of Scoresby's
Quattro.
Tether timeline, which gets into the FTX situation.
Yeah, I didn't know they had bought an FTX. That
They-
was news to me.
They had bought in.
They buy their adjacent company? Isn't that what he put in here?
They bought an adjacent company.
Never.
I don't think I recall.
I'll find it.
I think the big FTX Tether connection is primarily that
Alameda. Here it goes.
FTX and Alameda were one of 2 of the biggest holders of Tether that existed. Both Cumberland Mining, which is a Chicago-based trading firm, and FTX and Alameda. They held the majority of Tethers during this time period before FTX blew up. There's scores, but interspersed throughout the section of FTX and Alameda, there are chat messages that got released as part of the FTX hearings.
Scoresby find all this?
It's all, Scoresby does serious deep dives into this stuff, but all of it's public information. These Telegram chats were part of I forget what it's called, but the documents that were released during the Sam Bankman-Fried trial. So their Telegram chat is known, and it has conversations between the CEO of Tether, the CEO of the bank that does all of Tether's fiat banking, that was based in the Caribbean, like FTX was based in the Caribbean, and
It's gonna be a good Netflix series. Can't wait.
yeah, Scoresby plans to write it into a narrative once he's done with all of the
Oh, really?
research.
He's gonna write a book about it?
Yeah,
Wow.
not a book, but he's going to write about it. He's going to write it in a way where it's not just a list, listed out like this. It's going to have more.
It's gonna have like a story.
Yeah, it'll have a.
Dude, Scoresby might be making the next yeah, that's wild, man.
Yeah, I think. I don't. What are some of the other cool things that happened? The CEO, the then CEO around the FTX stuff, I think it was either CEO or co-CEO of Deltec Bank, which is the bank in the Caribbean that Tether banked with. They were one of the co-creators of Inspector Gadget, the cartoon, and they're from France. I think they were part of they were part of a children's entertainment company. I think they opened an amusement park in France that was very expensive and over budget, and then released early to really poor reviews, and I think shut down within a week because it was just so bad.
Yeah, he should totally write the book for this. I think it'll really take off, I think.
Yeah, so Cumberland Mining is really interesting. The guy who started Cumberland Mining at the Chicago-based trading firm, Scoresby found a video of him basically saying, "I'm an anarchist. Yes, I'm an anarchist. That's why I'm into Bitcoin." He got into mining Bitcoin, I think, back in 2011 or something. But he's a suit and tie guy working at a trading firm in Chicago, and is an anarchist who's a Bitcoiner, and started one of the companies that at one point held a large portion of Tethers.
I think it just kind of goes to show. I mean, this is the last one, right? That he's doing. This is
No,
the final one. Oh, there's one more.
No, yeah, this just goes. I think there'll probably be one more on their, the last 4 years or so. This kind of ends
It's
at
23 or something, or what does this end?
This ends at Celsius.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
who had a $1 billion loan of Tethers at some point.
Wow, this is should be it. Yeah, I think once it gets into like, into a book, I think that'll be a definitely bestseller. But it also goes to show, like, to get to where Tether's at right now. I mean, there are so many winding roads there, and it kind of shows, like, in order to dominate the world like that with your stable coin, they had to do a lot of stuff. So I'm sure there's lessons here.
Yeah, it seems like Tether's strategy, if there is a strategy, and they're not just intuitive and came to run this market because of pure luck, it seems to be grow faster than the people who are trying to regulate you can catch you. It was like grow faster and become as powerful as soon as possible, so that you begin to write the regulations and can stop what might otherwise shut you down.
I really do think this is the dawning of the next Federal Reserve. Like, this to me seems like the new dawning of that. The Creature from Jekyll Island. It reminds me of that. It still does, even like over here. Like, it just has so many different layers to this. It's gonna be a great miniseries. I can't wait. It'll probably take decades though, but cool stuff, man. Any other things you want to share on this?
No.
Cool. Let me go back. That was the Tether one. Oh wow. That was the Tether one. And then your other pick was I paid my hairdresser. I didn't know you had a hairdresser, Keyan.
Oh, thanks, Car. Yeah, I have 3 of them. I used several for my quinceañera.
Have you ever used a hairdresser before?
Yeah, I used to go to a hairdresser to cut my hair.
Not like a barbershop, a hairdresser though.
Yeah, I would go to a lady when
She would do your hair?
when I lived in California at one point. She would cut my hair. Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
mean, I would never comb my hair, but for whatever reason, I felt more comfortable going to a lady, because I think I was taken to a lady when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And a lady would do my hair. And so the barbers always seemed like they had an idea about what a man's haircut should be in a way that I did not like, They would they want it to be like buzzed on the sides, and we're all soldiers, right?
I would say, like, when I had I never went to a hairdresser, but there was a lady that used to cut my hair. She cut it so great. But now when I do get a haircut, because I cut my own hair, but now when I do get a haircut, if I do, it's usually by a guy, but I don't have that same kind of, I don't get that same kind of, like, what you're talking about. It's much more comfortable to get one from a lady, I would say, but I have gotten it from a guy, but it's like, doesn't have that comfortability.
Yeah. And yeah, we all got one from a guy one time,
Whoa. All right, keep going.
Okay. So Anon came by and shared how they paid their hairdresser in Bitcoin. And so Anon is apparently fairly well skilled with Lightning. They say they're running cubes, L&D on cubes, and using Tor. And so they're using Lightning in a self-sovereign way, spending Bitcoin in a self-sovereign way. But they had been to this hairdresser for a while who accepts payments via Square. And they were able to get the hairdresser onboarded to receiving Bitcoin payments as fiat, basically. And so they described the flow that they went through to be able to pay with Bitcoin, and they said it went pretty smoothly. And they were, and it seemed like not a big deal maybe to the hairdresser. Maybe it was a little annoying, but they're like, they were in awe, or they spent the time to not take for granted how much work went into making this sort of meaningless Bitcoin payment.
Mm-hmm.
And this Bitcoin payment that seemed like it's not a big deal. Like how long it took to get just to this point where it's not entirely full of complete headaches getting being able to pay someone Bitcoin, and then also coming to terms with it not being super satisfying either, because the hairdresser doesn't really understand the value of Bitcoin and why this matters, and they're KYC'd and it's custodial, and what hopes do we have maybe that they're running a node in their closet someday, and so it's kind of a nice a nice journey.
Cool. Well, I don't really have any thoughts on this, but yeah, keep doing it. Keep orange pilling your local business is. The next one we got is my post. The first one I wanted to share was the time to build winners. Keyan, did you see this?
I did see this. Yes, I was a judge.
One of the partners were Tether. Look at that. They're doing good.
Yeah, I hear they have their thing.
Look, even PlebLab was a partner for this thing. What do you think about that?
I think that's pretty awesome. I didn't know you.
Even Geyser.
You had partners. Did you guys go out?
Even Draper Labs too was a partner.
Do you guys have? How do partners happen? Do you?
It's through a partnership, Keyan. Turns out.
Oh. Is there like a hinge for?
All right, let's keep going. So this was what Breeze started last year when we did the Yucatan. We kicked off the event over there in the Yucatan, and then simultaneously it was happening in like 50 other developer communities around the world. It was pretty amazing, man. Like to see how they were able to just launch this one thing everywhere all at once. I mean, hats off to Danny and that whole Breeze team. Like such a incredible thing to see, just to witness it from the side and cheer them on and stuff. And then so yeah, let's get into the winners. The first one was Team A Aljays. They won for implementing a plugin for BTC Pay Server. And then the next one was Brianna, Andre, and Aaliyah. They won for Event 2. They implemented Spark, I believe. So now you can run Spark. Breeze SDK, yeah. With Spark, yeah. So you can run that, which is cool. Now you can take payments. The other one was Portal. Portal did this really cool thing where they integrated Breeze SDK into Portal. Which
is a hardware wallet and a mobile app, right?
Go. And then the next one was from Daniel. He implemented Lightning directly into the Primal web app. I was actually just talking to him before the show.
Daniel?
Yeah. I was talking to him before the show. We're going over all the stuff that he's building. So, yeah. And then there's 1,000 special prize winners from a lot of different places. I think the coolest thing about this is just seeing all the different types of projects. A lot of it definitely feels like it's moving more in a direction of like, none of them, like, this is more just me, like none of them outside of Daniel's feel social in the sense where it's just another social wallet attachment. This all feels like actual stuff that's getting built out, whether it's like OBS plugins or whether it's like Event 2 or that kind of thing. So it was great to see that. Cool. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then Draper, you got Lib to Satoshi. And then we have Sparky Home. So that's going to be one of the companies or projects that we'll be having inside of Startup School later this year. So congrats to the winners. Anything here, Keyan? You want to say?
No, I don't think I have much to say. I'm curious how all the Spark stuff shakes out, and it's interesting to see Breeze working with them, and yeah, I don't, it's are we in a state chain future?
It appears so. It appears that's where we're headed.
Yeah, I think, but I don't know how long that lasts.
Sure. I mean, there's always iteration. This place moves fast, right? A few years ago, no one was even using Liquid. So, and then now everybody's using Liquid.
Well, this has nothing to do with Liquid.
But you know what I mean? Like, as far as the ecosystem, the technology moves fast. Technologies move fast.
Yeah, and then we switch away from those technologies when the trade-offs manifest, that's what I'm mostly talking about. Is it's not clear to me when the trade-off, like when and how the trade-offs of state chains will manifest. And so that's why I think it's worth thinking about at least.
Cool.
Yeah.
We'll keep thinking about it.
Thanks.
People will keep building. The next one I wanted to share was explain it like I'm 5 Spark. This was created from Roy. So Roy wrote this out, and he I think he kind of explained it in like this 2-piece puzzle way, where he talks about Bob and Alice and kind of goes to that whole Lightning wallet explanation of how payments work. But I think that the interesting thing is he didn't use the word federation nowhere in here, which I thought that's what Spark's underlying thing was. I could be wrong. Yeah, here it goes. He was talking about state chains. But I don't know. What did you think? Did you see this? Or what did you think about it? You even had, I believe David Marcus even retweeted this too as well.
I would believe he retweeted it. Yeah, I did not read it.
Okay. And yeah, check it out, Stackers. That was a good one. And then finally, the last one I wanted to share was Project 11. So speaking of quantum, how everybody loves it. Scoresby posted this 2 days ago, a day ago. Basically, it was just talking about the the whole Nick Carter quantum stuff that was going over the holidays, and just pointing out that Project 11, which is working on the quantum threat against Bitcoin, had raised $20 million from Castle Island. So, did you see this?
I did see the post. I lost interest in Nick Carter around the time his star really began rising.
Is that before he touched your bola or after?
I think that was
well,
yeah, the when he touched my bolo, that kind of reignited our romance, but we've since become
anyways
not close.
But yeah, I've talked to the CEO of Project 11 on Early Days, so if you're interested, check that out. I felt like I asked him some tough questions. So
I didn't know you had him on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He was A16Z. He used to work at A16Z.
Oh.
And then that's when he moved over to this.
Who's the founder?
Oh gosh, I forget. I talked to so many people. I forget. I want to say Alex. Say Alex sounds about right.
Is he from the United States?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, that's all the stories that we have this week on Stacker.News Live. We're going to jump into the most popular segment in Bitcoin, the top Cowboys. Let's go here. Woo doggy. Get on down to the Cowboys. It's not here. It's in here. Boom.
Oh, Cowboys.
We got one stacker in hiding. Everybody knows who that is. And we got Coob, Undisciplined, Blockchain Boob, Gray Ruby. We got our Satoshi, Crypto Sensei, Optimism, Scoresby, OT, Public Enemy, Simple Stacker, Wumbo, End of the Mic, Still Stacking, 117, Keford, CLR, Den, Ermin, Winter Yeti, Billy the Kid, RD Clark. Keyan, do you see anything here that's changing?
As far as I know, nothing's changed, but it probably has, and I just can't tell because it's...
We got Shocknet. Got Sooks. What is Sox building these days?
Sox is working on the editor. We're pretty much done with all the bugginess, and we're moving on to releasing the actual things that people will be like, yay. So that should be fun.
We got Real Bitcoin Doggy. We got Nout, Oscar, Coins Reporter. Who else do we got? PlebPoet 79. Dang, she beat me by 1. Look, I'm 80. She's 79. Good thing she's not here. Should have threw that in my face. Cool. That's what we got. Top Cowboys, Keyan.
Yeah.
Gideon up.
Have you ever rode a horse before?
I think so, yeah. I believe when I was a kid.
Okay. Like a donkey or a real horse?
What do you mean, a donkey?
Well, there's like...
I've ridden a horse.
Okay, you've ridden a real horse.
I believe so. I've ridden a camel, too. When I was a kid.
Well, you said you believe so it could have been a donkey. It could have been
I was a kid.
Could have been like
I don't have the best memory. You know this. The stackers know this card doesn't have a good memory. Come on, Coob. We got comments from YouTube. This guy from Elite Savior, he says Linux phones is the solution. If everyone switches to Linux, we have freedom. Steam OS, all sectors of devices. When users move, it forces development of apps. Maybe normalize 2 phones. That's a gateway system. Do you agree or disagree, Keyan?
I know you're a 2-phone advocate.
I am a 2-phone advocate. That wasn't me, though. It's another smart man or woman.
Linux phones is the solution. I just don't know why. I don't know why Linux phones are the solution. I think Linux, if we had a kernel that we liked on mobile that was Linux.
I think he's saying that because of because Android's getting kind of, it's
I don't know.
scary.
Does Android run on the Linux kernel?
I mean, just hearing from what the guys talk about, like a lot of it now, they're going to start having like you have to start like, submitting your apps to the Android ecosystem, App Store. Then there's other things that are happening with their devices now. So I can see why people are more cautious of Android now than ever before, because that wasn't the case. So,
yeah, I just don't know what I thought Android used a Linux kernel, but maybe it's their own kernel. I just don't know what difference it makes.
I would say
kernel using.
I would say Elite Savior. I think you're onto something. I think get yourself a surveillance phone and then get yourself a graphene phone. But it sounds like he wants Linux phones instead of a graphene phone. So there you go. Next we have Vake. Vake said, I have no clue what any of this means, but I know killing is wrong. So there you go. I don't know what that was. Response to Vake just says stuff randomly sometimes. Then I got some fountain comments. We got one from Blockchain Boo says Zap. And then user 222 says stay in your lane, which we never do because that would be boring for a show. Keyan, what are you doing this weekend?
I don't have any plans. I'll probably.
Can you make that face like Saylor? Later, Jimmy.
I don't know what face.
Can you make that face?
I don't think so because I have a different face.
Can you go like that? The way he is, like he's just sniping at Danny.
I choose
sniping
not
at
to.
Danny. Look at that.
I don't feel
He's
like
just
you haven't put
insulted.
me in the mood for making faces on command. So.
Oh yeah, that's right. You get mad when people say do something on command. I forgot about that.
Yeah, everyone gets mad at that. It's just the people who ask people to do it. They act.
You
like
especially
it's
get
just
mad at it, which is awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
Don't speak it to the mic. No, I'm just kidding. You speak it to the mic. Anyways, what do you do this weekend, Keyan?
I'm moving out of this little office space. I don't.
What are you doing? We love you here. You're trapped.
Yeah, I don't think I have any plans. I'm probably not going to do anything. So that's what I'm.
What are you building this weekend then?
What am I building this weekend? It's just kind of boring. Everything I do is kind of boring. So
Really?
yeah, it'll probably be boring stuff. I'm working primarily on onboarding things, and so it's all like these little things that.
So the onboarding flow, the friction.
There's like tons of friction that just accumulated that we never addressed because we were just working on the wallets for so long. So I'll be doing that stuff and no one cares, especially people who are already using Stacker.News don't care because they don't experience it. And so it'll just be, I'm working on that, but do
you keep like a diary for the stuff that you build besides GitHub?
No, not really.
Like a spoken diary?
I don't speak into a diary. Do you?
For building stuff? No, but I definitely journal.
Yeah, I don't really journal.
Cool.
How about you? What are you doing this weekend?
I'm gonna hang out with my friends tonight.
Normie friends?
Normie friends, yeah. I'm gonna hang out with my friends tonight. Normie friends. But that's pretty much it. That's all I'm gonna do.
That's cool. Are you going into the AI stuff that's happening?
No. I'm pretty busy with some other stuff. But it should be fun. I can't wait to see what gets built. Should be good.
Yeah.
All right, Stackers. Oh, actually, let me see if we have any comments. And we do. Oh, Simple Stacker said, looking forward to y'all's opinion on the Saylor fiasco. Dang. Well, it got spicy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think it got very spicy. We were just like, how about that Saylor guy, huh?
And then Wumbo said PlebPoet in the house. There you go. Cool. Stackers, have yourself a great weekend. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Keyan.